you doing?
Bored.
What?
Bored!
No.
Bored! Bored! And what's gone into the criminal classes? Good job I'm not one of them.
So you take it out on the wall?
Oh, the wall had it coming.
About that Russian case?
Belarus, open and shut domestic murder, not worth my time.
Oh, shame. Anything in? I'm starving. Oh. It's a head. A severed head.
Just tea for me, thanks.
All right, so if you're anything like me, you could relate a little bit too much to that clip. The theme or the complaint of being bored is somewhat of an anthem for us who have Savior OE, right? So for anyone who doesn't know about the Objective Personality System's definition of OE, OE is technically defined as learning by gathering new information, but ultimately it represents the human need for variety, right? Now, everybody needs variety to some degree. Everyone needs change. Everyone needs updates to what they're doing. Otherwise, they're going to die, when they run into something they don't expect, right? But with Savior OE, it is very much an addiction, right? Much like with Sherlock Holmes here, right? So I don't know if you notice it. It did go a little bit fast. Obviously, he's shooting at the wall. He's frustrated. He's bored. That was actually a little side tangent. That was something my mom used to get very mad at me for when I was younger, because I would literally say the same thing. I would like complain and like whine about being bored every 5 minutes. So Sherlock is kind of acting like the little child here. John's coming in playing the adult role, the OI role, right? Let's get something done here. And Sherlock's just being a little kid in a sense. And I think a lot of people who are Savior OE, whether they know it or not, this is how you look. This is how you look to the outside world. You look like a child complaining, oh, we need something new. I'm bored. I don't want to do the same thing. Now, if you noticed, it did go up by a little fast. John was asking him about, okay, he had a case. He was like, okay, how did your most recent detective case go? And Sherlock said, it was an open and shut, Belarus case. It wasn't worth my time. So the reason I'm pointing this out is that much like Sherlock, people who are Savior OE, if we're able to easily get closure on a project, right? If we're able to easily solve, especially with T, if you're able to easily solve the problem and if it's familiar to you, us Savior OEs are a little bit insane in the sense of that's not satisfying enough for us. We want something that's a little bit more unexpected. We want something that surprises us. And in contrast, the Savior OIs probably have no idea what that's like, because with Savior OI, the desire is for certainty, right? So you go over your known information and you want closure. You want things to be simple. You want things to be the same old routine. So in this scenario, as short as it was, Sherlock was revealing once again his Savior OE, especially given that someone with Savior OI in his exact same situation would be, clawing for the chance at having something that simple come their way. They're like, yeah, look, dude, I want another case just like this, right? Don't give me any weird cases. But anyway, this is gonna be a short clip, but one last thing to note is that one thing that Savior OE is known for is overgathering projects, right? So granted, like I said, Sherlock opened and closed this one detective case, but if you notice, it's kind of visual cues. Check out all this stuff on his table, right? He has all these unfinished projects, all these unfinished experiments going on here. Like John is frustrated because he's looking for food, which should be the familiar information in the kitchen, but of course Sherlock doesn't give a shit about that. And so he has all these random projects lying around, all of these unfinished, pile of stuff, right? And then, the kicker was, of course, the head, the severed head in the fridge, which is like, granted, you have food up here, right? If you blink and you miss it, but there's food, so there's some OI going on, but Sherlock wants to mix it up, right? So even with his kitchen, even with somewhat known information, he wants there to be a little bit of variety. He wants there to, and ultimately it becomes a little gather pile of all this shit, which now John is looking at in horror, like, what am I getting into? This place is extremely chaotic, right? In fact, you could say that John in this scene, as short as it is, he's playing the archetype of OI I don't know if John's actually Savior OI, but because Sherlock is so extremely chaotic, John is forced to play the responsible role of the OI, and he's like, Sherlock, we need to get some food. You need to take care of yourself, right? So that's about it. This is gonna be a much shorter clip. Hope you guys learned something from that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will continue to be making some Sherlock videos. I'm far from done with the show. There's plenty of things to extract from an OP perspective, but I thought today I would just keep it simple and just show you a little glimpse of what Savior OE is like. So if you have any suggestions from Sherlock or from any other shows or movies in terms of breakdowns, feel free to put it in the comments. I do check that out. And then if you also want to have a deeper dive discussion on that, I do have a snug as well, which some people do like to, have that 45-minute to an hour, combo with me just to, talk OP. So that's about it. Hope you guys have a great day. Have a great week. And I will see you in the next video that I make. Take care.